Hey there, it's me, Julie, Fei-Fan, Balzer, and I'm super excited to share with you the rainbow roll. So the rainbow roll is a printing technique that I really like, and you can see me using it here, first in neon colors, and then over on the right there's some metallic, which is why I'm waving it around, so you can see that gold really glow. But basically it's a way to make colored prints using any block printing ink you have. So I'm starting just with palette paper, and I have a stamp, and I have a brayer, which is larger than my stamp. Now, this is a block that I carved myself, and I will show you later in the video some other ideas, but you just need to have a brayer that's larger, pardon me, than your stamp. So I'm using some block printing ink, which has a long open time, and open time just refers to how long it's going to stay wet. So regular acrylic paint is not going to work like this. So I'm making sure to roll the paint out onto one side of the brayer, really trying to keep that red just on a single side of the brayer, and I want to roll it out so it's a nice thin layer. And then I'm adding the blue, and again, I'm trying to keep it over to one side of the brayer. Now, where these meet, I'm going to get purple because, of course, blue plus red equals purple. So you do want to pick colors that you know are going to mix well together. Ooh, check out how cool my brayer looks. So now you can probably guess what's going to happen, which is now I'm going to take that brayer, which has the three colors on it, and I'm just going to roll right across the top, and it's going to apply the block printing ink there. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that this is really, really covered by going over a couple times just to make sure that that is nice and inked up. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of paper, or it could be whatever it is you'd like to use. And I'm going to just push with my hand. Later in the video, you'll see me using a baron, which is just a tool that's used for pressing the paper onto the block. You could also use a wooden spoon, but your hand works great too. And boom! There is my fabulous print. So I'm just going to continue this process, inking it up, and then going ahead and pulling some prints. Now I'm printing on a book page here, and I love the way that this looks way more than just plain paper. I just think it's super cool to print on top of the book pages. I like the way it looks. So you can keep going and going until your ink dries up. And by the way, this is the Baron. You can see it right here. It just helps your hand so that it's not so rough on your hand. I do try printing on a black tag here, and what you'll see is that this particular ink doesn't show up really, really well on the black tag. I think maybe like a yellow or a gold definitely would, but that's just a fun technique to be able to print on dark. And then I'm just using some deli paper to clean off my stamp. Now, if you don't have stamps you've carved, no worry, you can still use this rainbow roll technique with block printing ink on your regular rubber stamp. So this is just a rubber stamp that I think I bought at like AC Moore or Michael's or one of those big box stores, right? And it's going to do the same thing, okay? Now, of course, I'm running out of ink, which you can see in my prints because they're pretty vague. So here's one of the fun things you can do, which is you can make a monoprint when you start to run out of ink. And a monoprint, all I'm going to do is I'm using a little silicone stylus, and I'm just pulling some paint away from my palette. Now, if you didn't have a silicone stylus, you could use the back of a paintbrush. You could use your finger. A Q-tip actually works even better than a silicone stylus for this. I just didn't have any sitting by me, and I'm super lazy, so I didn't want to get up and get any. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a ghost print, which is just a second print without touching anything. And you can see it also turned out pretty cool. So that's a great way just to use up that leftover ink. So here you go, rainbow roll. You don't need a colored ink pad. You just need some block printing ink and a brayer and some palette paper. And you can make a blend of any three colors. Well, really a blend of two colors to make a third color that you would like. Anyway, come visit me over at my website at balzerdesigns.com. Thanks so much.